I just quit my six-figure job, and this is the story of how I grow a business from scratch to $10,000 a month, or I just completely crash out. And if we need to set up some more time, happy to. But wanted to give notice that I am going to be leaving. And I know this is not great time with given like I was making an MBA salary with benefits remotely, working for a Fortune 100 company. When I quit my job, I had no idea what business I wanted to start next, and I Googled it just to humor myself, and it turns out about 75% of businesses fail. So I'm no business expert, but that's not really a winning formula. Would you quit your job if you were working remote, you were working a few hours a day, you're making multiple six figures, and you had the best insurance and benefits on the planet? But one day I read something that changed my entire perspective on how to make money, and I'm going to share it with you right now. See, for me, I was raised to believe that you need to save your way to being wealthy. That when you got old, you tap into your 401k, and that's how all the old people do it. You sit on whatever you invested and you get to enjoy it as a retiree. I read every book on budgeting and personal finance and how to stop eating out or skip a meal a week to put $10 towards an investment fund or whatever. And that all changed when I read this one book. The book was called I Will Teach You to Be Rich by Ramit Sethi. For the most part, he covered everything from the regular save money, index funds, better spending habits, all the stuff I'd already heard before. But at the end of the book, almost discounting everything I had just read, he had one idea that I had never heard in a personal finance book before. At the end of the book, he suddenly goes, if you really want to save money, make more money. That completely blew my mind. For me, it was like realizing that I've been playing the wrong game my entire life. Saving money wasn't going to change my future. Creating wealth was. My entire professional life, I was looking up salaries on Glassdoor, wondering what it was like for people who had the freedom of that salary, what kinds of things they get to do, and having those titles, those responsibilities. I tried to save my way into feeling that freedom. I skipped trips with friends to try to feel that freedom, and I never got it. So it was time for a change of strategy. But the idea of cutting off steady income, I mean, it literally paralyzed me. I didn't make this decision for, years. But there was something that was more important to me than that financial security, which ultimately made me quit. And I'm about to tell you what it is. See, for some reason, I was waking up every day and I could tell something was off. It felt like I was waiting for my life to happen. There was some adventure out there that I knew I wanted to be on, but I had put it on hold. I was trying to tell myself that I was happy, but really, I was irritated. I was frustrated. And it was starting to affect my mental health day to day. And the thing about mental health is that most mental health problems start when you know something's off, but you just try to bury it anyway and you try to pretend like everything's okay, and it never is. You try to throw dirt over it, but the dirt just gives way to weeds, and those weeds are like parasites, and they start crawling all over your brain, infecting your perception of your everyday experience. And I was pretty fucking over it. The one thing that was more important to me than job security, it was my dreams. It was a vision that I had for my life, what I wanted my life to look like. I wanted to be able to work from wherever. I wanted to meet cool people. I wanted to be free of meetings on my calendar, and I wanted to control my income and my own earning potential. I wanted freedom. I wanted freedom to control my outcomes. I wanted three freedoms in specific: time freedom, location freedom, and financial freedom. Time freedom is the freedom to spend time as I please. Location freedom is the freedom to live and travel wherever I want. And financial freedom is the freedom to earn more than I make, but really just to earn as much as I wanted, to have control over my earning. And at the time, my reality was the exact opposite. The time belonged to Slack notifications, my location was tied to a desk, and my income was capped by my corporate promotion cycles. I had no control over that. And that drove me crazy. So I had a simple question that I asked myself, and it's the most important question that I've ever asked myself that led me to make the decision to leave, to make this video for you. And I think this is a question that you should probably ask yourself at one point. The question was, if I stay on the path that I'm on right now for 4 more years, am I closer to the vision I wanted for my life or not? Because for me, I looked around at the people who had been in the company 4 years longer than me, and the answer was no, not even close. So I quit. with no plan. But there's something that I realized when I quit that changed my life. That thing is that sometimes it's not about knowing the right path, it's about getting off the wrong one. I knew I was on the wrong path. And you might too. If you know you're in the wrong place but aren't leaving because you don't know if you have a better option, then take this piece of advice. Leaving the wrong path is the better option. But that doesn't change the fact that I need to make some money. So I got to work trying every business in the book. And next episode, I'm going to tell you how I made at least $1,000 across 6 different business verticals. And I'll even tell you how you can do it too. I'm glad you're here. I'm an open book. Ask me anything. Subscribe and welcome to the show.
All I need is your love. All I need is